Hello everyone, it's Tim. I'm a AMP out here in Tucson, and today I wanted to familiarize you with magnetos. A lot of the military mechanics get great experience while they're in the military, but when they get out and become an AMP, this is one of the items that they don't have a lot of experience with. So this is just an overview to show you how easy it is to take apart and service a magneto. And it's also a task that comes up quite often when you're doing your oral and practical. So let's get started. I've got the Magneto. Just want to show you some nomenclature: magnet housing, distributor block, gear, distributor bar, and the points itself. That's exactly what we'll be checking the gap on and adjusting. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is follow any of your manufacturer's TO or reference or for taking it apart and servicing and distributing. Every manufacturer has their own data for putting one together. Like I said, first we want to check the magneto, see if it's, I say left-handed or right-handed, but it's the rotation if it's left or right. As you can see here, this one is a left, so it will be a left hand or left rotation. From there, we'll get started taking it apart. One of the first things you do is the housing. Typically, housing's held on by 4 screws. You want to loosen those up and take off that housing. This one I pre-loosened, so it should be easy. Once you're taking off this housing, there is a lead underneath that goes to that P lead that you need to disconnect. And I have the housing. I leave the screws on there, and you can see that lead that I was mentioning there. Once the housing's off, we want to take off the distributor block here. I'm going to remove those with that same tool. And you want to be careful here because when these 2 screws come out, there's also 2 spacers that come out that are not part of the housing, so they can fall loose and fall inside. Once those are loose, I can take that distributor, and just like I said, what happened when the spacers fell inside. I'll have to fish that out of there. Once the spacers are out, you can see the inside of the magneto. Next would be the distributor gear. I'm going to just go ahead and pull that off. Pay attention to where it's at. Now you can see the inside, and you can actually see the points that we're going to check the gap on. The next step will be to insert our timing tool, T150 tool. What I need to do here is, I have a perfect example. I will take that tool and find the left-handed notch for it and install it. I've already done it here. So the tool is installed on the mark where the left-handed rotation is set. So I'll go ahead and do it with this one. Once the tool is set now, I can go ahead and check my gap. I can use a timing light. As you know, there's many types of timing lights out there. Whenever dealing with them, the first thing I do is I look at it and see what type it is and how it works. Some the light comes on when the point's open, some the lights come off. The one I have here says points open when lights out. All right, so I'm going to take my terminal here and I'm going to take black to ground. I'm going to take red to my lead on my points. And I'm going to turn on my points. It's like I said, points open when lights out. Try to set that so you guys can see that. And let's see here. I have the red lead connected, so the red light went out and points are open. So I could set that gap. I would loosen the screw on the points itself, and you can see where I can use a slotted standard screwdriver as a point to maneuver it back and forth to set that gap to that open spot. Once that gap is set, I want to verify it. I verify using the tech data. In this case, for this application, 0.008 is the gap, and my gap is exactly at 0.008. I'm a go, no go type of person, so if the 0.8 fits, then the 0.010 should not fit, and the 0.010 doesn't fit. So I know that that gap is set correctly. Now it's time to install the timing gear. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab that gear. Remember, these are set up for left hand or right hand. Ours is left hand. I need to make sure that I have that left, that little L, pointing to the coil pack. And it does. Do a little shimmy on here to get this on. All right. Next, I want to put that distributor block back on. I have to reinstall the spacers. Once they're reinstalled, I need to install my cap. Remember, these are set up to be either left hand or right hand rotation. Ours was a left hand, so what I need to do is I need to set the pin into the left and into the left gear. So pin is set through the left, and I can look on the back side and see that I'm set this up for a left hand or left rotating distributor, Magneto. Next, I install on the block. Once it's installed, I torque it down to the manufacturer's specifications. And then I would remove my pin. Then I install the housing, making sure that I hook that lead up to the terminal on the points. Once that's installed, I can put the cap on. I could tighten to manufacturer specification, torque it down per the technical data, and install this and the engine and bring the aircraft back in service, or passing my practical task that I've been given by my DME. So, just in review, we were just familiarizing you guys with a Magneto. We talked about the Magneto and making sure you know if it's a left-handed or right-hand rotation. We talked about some of the components to include the gears and the points itself, which is the reason you're in there timing. And the tools required were the timing light itself and screwdriver to take it apart. Like I said, check with the manufacturer's data. It'll walk you through it. As far as a task, it's really easy for you to master this. Anyway, good luck with any A&P adventures. Be safe. Always follow the data. Thank you.